We begin with the scene of an evening. I see a fisherman skillfully using his fishing rod with professional techniques. It seems like he's trying to reel in a very large fish.
With my river monster. Get him up, let's get him up. Do you want me to? Pull over.
After a struggle with the help of his companion, the two manage to pull the fish onto the boat.
Guard, don't bite pieces off their prey.
Wow, it's a massive fish with a big round mouth and sharp teeth.
Very hard to hold. It's off the menu. Although this animal...
After examining and taking pictures with the fish, the two decided to release it back into the wild.
Come on, baby.
There it goes, there it goes. 8 inches. She's longer than I am tall.
The next day, the two continued their fishing expedition on a boat, heading to a spot where the water current was very strong. The fisherman cast his bait, and we waited to see what would happen next.
With all the water on. It's a fisherman's paradise. And there's a fish on, there's a fish on. It's a strong fish. Oh, there it is! That's It's full of river monster. That's quite strong. And their relatives are found in straight out of a horror movie. So this is a Piraiba.
Here it is. A fish was brought onto the boat. Although small, it had very sharp teeth. To handle it safely, protective gloves were a must.
So it just messes up the buoyancy.
As always, the fish was released back into the wild.
This is a solitary fish hunter.
Continuing his journey, the fisherman moved to a lakeside. He set up fishing rods with alarm bells attached, lay down nearby, and waited for something to happen.
Alarm set, I can enjoy the Spanish sun. I like to feel the line, be in contact with the bait. It's hot here.
The bell rang, and he quickly ran to the rod, skillfully and professionally handling the situation.
That's taking line, that's taking line. Taking line. Wells, get a bit of speed on. And immediately, that's taking line. This is my first super-sized taking line when I struck. Stick it out. It's when it first took. It's actually taken. Forearm is almost cramping up. Fish, and that is a big fish.
After some time, he reeled in a fish onto the shore. It was a very large fish with a wide mouth and notably long whiskers.
10 inches across on this animal, and you've got these, and these are just, this is a mouth on the end of a solid. Pronounced on this animal, you've got the lateral line, and this fish could potentially swallow the skin. I think these are probably.
After weighing and measuring the fish, our fisherman once again released it back into the wild.
More than double its present size. And if kept cool and wet, a split second the fish turns. I'm just quick enough to escape.
The following days were full of exciting adventures, with many large fish successfully caught by him.
This fish lives in and amongst. Fish doesn't want to know, though. Doesn't want to know. That's good sized fish. The hook hold. Oh, look at that, wanting to go already. That's good.
Are you surprised that every time he catches a fish, he releases it back into the wild? Well, let me reveal his name to you. He's Jeremy Wade, an angler and biologist. What do you think of his journey? Leave your thoughts in the comments below the video. Next, let's follow someone who has dedicated his life to hunting aquatic monsters and see how his fishing journey unfolds. Today, the destination is the Amazon Rainforest, known for its dangers but also home to some of the largest and most unique fish species.
It's bad. I've caught monster fish in wild areas around the world. South of Texas.
Oh my gosh.
Chasing monster fish. Electric eels.
It's very dangerous. It can shock you.
And most powerful predator fish in the world. Caimans. Piranhas.
Look at the size of this piranha.
This adventurer has fished in many wild and famous places, But this time, it's deep in the Amazon jungle. He decided to spend a day at a jungle warfare training center to learn real survival skills from the Amazon natives, such as handling a snake, finding clean water, and sleeping safely in the forest.
The Amazon Rainforest. In order to survive in the jungle, an elite division of the Brazilian army. They specialize in combat and survival.
This is pretty safe with my finger here.
The journey began with the duo drifting along the river for over an hour. Feeling a bit hungry, he decided to stop and catch some fish.
And the water had gone up, but...
All right, here we go. On the hunt for the Piraiba.
After an hour on the boat, I spotted a rocky point by a large...
At the end of the fishing line, he used a metal wire to prevent piranhas from cutting it. Having fished countless times before, catching piranhas was relatively easy for him.
Pretty straightforward. A sliding sinker.
Powerful too. So I can tell you, to get them out of deep holes like this one, you'd better build strong rigs.
Ah, this bites like a piranha.
Before long, a black piranha was in his hands. Known for its ferocious appetite, it has a bite force 30 times its body weight, strong enough to crush bones.
If there's one piranha around, most likely there'll be...
While hunting, he spotted a crocodile lurking near the riverbank. This species is a local delicacy, but the crocodile quickly leaped into the river and escaped. Undeterred, he continued his journey.
We get moving again. Isaias wants to show me...
So here, there should be a deep...
At the next location, he cast his line and waited. After about 15 minutes, there were signs of a fish biting, and a struggle ensued.
Fish on.
Isaias moves the boat.
Big fish, big fish.
Yeah, a leopard catfish. And even though it's barely 15 pounds, it has so much power. So imagine the strength of a 200-pound Piraiba.
Finally, he pulled up a large catfish onto the boat. He kissed it goodbye and released it since it wasn't the target.
This fish, I can't believe it. It's unreal. I think pound for pound is...
Power that this small catfish...
To find a place to spend the night, the two had to cross a large rocky area with fast, powerful currents. To avoid damaging the boat's engine, they had no choice but to push the boat themselves. The counterflow made it extremely difficult, causing multiple injuries, but they didn't give up and eventually succeeded.
Here. Slippery rocks. Very easy to get. You lose it downstream. It's hurt my leg real bad, but we have to keep going and get through these rocks. Equipment. It's really intense here.
They arrived at a remote village and decided to stay the night. Seeing a local grilling a small Piraiba fish, he asked for more information and became convinced their target was nearby. The villager spoke of the fish's massive size and fearsome strength, making it incredibly dangerous.
Tonight is so I don't want to miss this chance
On there on the grill.
to have a delicious jungle barbecue. Before bedding down for the night.
The next morning, he woke up sore from the injuries sustained while pulling the boat. However, he ignored the pain to continue the hunt.
That's what you call a bruise.
No choice. I gotta walk. My leg really hurts, but the fishing spots we're heading, not sure I would attempt this trip without his ice and his machete. But when we arrive at his ice's spot, it's a real...
At their next stop, he cast his line hoping to catch fish for dinner. Instead of a piranha, he hooked an electric eel. The guide quickly handled it, leaving him both surprised and curious about its taste. As night fell, the two set up camp and enjoyed the electric eel for dinner.
Size of this eel.
Although, I wonder what it tastes like.
He doesn't like it either.
So we're forced to set up camp. On the menu tonight, electric.
Be pretty good. I'm sure it's gonna be all right. like it either.
Não é bom, hein?
After a 4-hour rest, they resumed their journey, determined to catch a tilapia despite having to cross the river. Despite his aching legs from the previous accident, he remained committed.
This cut slows down, so I quickly we should be able to find some delicious peacock bass. But to get there, I have a fresh cut on my foot. I'm hungry. My leg is...
At their next location, his companion used a spear to catch a large tilapia for lunch. While searching for another resting spot, they passed a lake where the guide skillfully speared another piranha. He was amazed by the guide's hunting skills.
Look at that. The peacock is... His ace caught. He's there to finish the job.
After nearly an hour of moving, they found a suitable spot to rest. After eating the fish, they searched for water but found very little. Drinking water from wild grapevines, they continued hunting for dinner.
The spider monkey.
The guide tried to hunt a monkey for dinner but missed. This made him happy since he didn't want to eat a monkey. Instead, he caught a large fish, and as night fell, they found a safe place to rest, lit a fire to ward off wild animals, and set up 2 hammocks to sleep.
But we had to make sure we found a secure spot. At least before setting up camp, the animals away, especially to
Be laying down.
At dawn, they continued hunting, hoping to catch a large piranha before heading back. After a while, he cast his line, and something massive took the bait.
And we're very thirsty, tired, and I'm getting a little discouraged. The high... I have a good feeling here. I can see there's a Piraiba around, the fish I'm after.
Fish on. I hope it's a Piraiba. Woo. Big fish.
He could be the monster.
I was hoping for a Piraiba, but no. It's a red-tailed cat.
After a fierce struggle, he reeled in a red-tailed catfish. However, it was still smaller than the target, so he released it. Exhausted from hunting on land, they decided to return to the boat and head back to his friend's fish farm.
Nice fish. Tiny eyes, because they're not used to feeding. See ya.
It's really hard to fish from the shore.
To be honest, but it was great. You know, I caught a lot of.
Back at the farm, he shared his disappointment over the failed hunt. His friend comforted him, suggesting he relax, take a shower, and enjoy a hearty lunch after the challenging journey.
Soccer.
There. Well, but
I'm glad you made it back.
Before bedding down for the night.
On the final day, his friend decided to take him to a spot where he had previously seen giant piranhas. After days of tough hunting without success, he didn't have high expectations.
Trust him. You know.
can't believe it.
However, not wanting to disappoint his friend, he cast his line. After a while, a fish bit the bait. This one was so powerful it could drag the boat along with it.
I get a red tail and I'd be really happy right now. Man, he's not coming up. I don't know what it is. It's not moving much yet. It's coming up. Till, it's a pretty big red tail and I'd be it's a Piraiba. Yes!
Finally, he was overjoyed. After days of hunting, he had caught a nearly 200 kilograms fish, one of the largest freshwater fish in the world. With that, his journey came to an end. If you enjoyed this adventure, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more exciting hunting videos.
In my hands. My gosh.